Hello, everyone. Welcome to the ruins of Warsaw, our Vampire the Masquerade chronicle set in Warsaw, Poland in year 9. I'm Alexandra, and I'm the storyteller.
Hi, I'm Dolores, and I'm playing Janina of Clan Bruja. Hi.
Hi, I'm Faye. I'm playing Beatrice Wozniak of Clan Malkavian.
Hi, I'm Aurora, and I'm playing Mara of Clan Nosferatu.
And we also have with us our one-man production team, my partner, who is also their partner's RPG, acting as our Keeper of the Elysium. Thank you so much for being here. We're very happy to share this story with you. So, in the previous episode, after the night of autumn equinox, a troubling night full of visions of horror, our coterie convinced Beth's Sire to let them venture out on their own, and they went to investigate what happened during the previous night, quickly discovering that there have been multiple bodies found in the ruins of St. Florian's Cathedral, not far from Venice. Upon arriving there, they found some ground that has been dug through. They found a cross painted with blood on one of the remaining walls of the cathedral. They found some chains and manacles, some still bearing marks of blood. Upon searching the rubble, they also found few trinkets that people had with them. They found part of an ear. They found remains of a bonfire. And using the power of Auspex, managed to glimpse at some of the events that happened the night before, seeing a vision of a priest kissing foreheads of captured people and painting crosses on them with blood, also painting the cross on the wall, seeing a person jumping through a bonfire and failing and ending up in the flames. When they were about to leave, they also noticed that they weren't there alone and encountered a child, or at least someone looking like a child, who introduced herself as Vahela of Clan Malkavian. And after a brief conversation, revealed that she was with the prince of the city, who recently returned to Warsaw. And while she refused to take the coterie straight there, she gave him the number they could call to get in touch with Camarilla. After that, they went to feed, followed by a dog that Mara tried to intimidate, and Janina tried to befriend, both unsuccessfully. And after a successful feeding expedition, noticed that they were still being followed by a dog and by a man. Around that time, also Bea, through her oracular gifts, realized that her sire was walking towards danger. And upon realizing that, she rushed off towards Haven to see what was going on. But she hasn't found her there. She just looked in, so there was no one there, and ran off into the night, swimming across the river, and then lost, decided to go back and started crossing the railway bridge to get back to the eastern bank of Vistula River. In the meantime, Mara and Janina were confronted by a man who introduced himself as Florian, a priest of Sabbath. And they had a brief chat with him in which they tried to appear unafraid. Mara successfully, Janina not so much. And although Florian let them go, he warned them that they are on what he considers sacred ground that belongs to Sabbath. When they went back to the haven, when Mara went back to the haven, leaving Janina at her old theater, she didn't find Bea, but she found a note from Bea's sire that Bea missed, detailing that she went with her Nosferatu contact to meet some possible other contact in her quest for Camarilla. And realizing Bea must have gone on somewhere, Mara rushed to search for her. And that was where we ended. And now we will start with Bea.
Hi.
You are walking across the railway bridge, and all your memories are getting hazy. You can feel that you are soaked. Your map of Warsaw that you always carry with you is also soaked, and it is slowly coming apart. You have a sense that your mother, Felicia, is in danger, but you can't recall the details. You walk ahead. There are gusts of strong wind that make it harder to walk, sometimes destabilizing you as you are above the river on a bridge. The city looks dark ahead of you and behind you, and underneath there is dark Vistula River, only occasionally reflecting the light of the moon as it comes out from behind the clouds. You are walking ahead. The bridge is slightly shaking.
Does it feel like a train is coming?
There is a noise that is increasing.
I'd like to
Behind you.
I'd like to run the last distance to get over the river. And then if I don't feel like I have time, then I'll throw myself to the side.
So you start running. There is a train coming. The bridge is shaking more and more. Please roll dexterity and athletics.
Do I still have the boosted dexterity from previously, or is that worn off by now?
I think it might have worn off by now. It's
That's
been
fine.
a while.
Do I... You know what? I think I'm going to spend a willpower because I don't really want to get hit by a train.
Right. So just roll and tell me what you got.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad I spent that willpower. Because I rolled no successes and got a 1.
Okay, right. So you're
Oh my god.
running. As the bridge is vibrating more and more, the ground is escaping from underneath your feet. You're running. You're not quite sure. You haven't looked around. You're not quite sure where the train is coming from, how much time you have. And you feel stronger gust of wind coming from to the side, and you hear thundering noise, and you see a train going past you on the other track. And you almost lose your balance, but you grab onto something and you manage to hold on. You somehow stay on your feet, holding on as the whole bridge is shaking. Train passing very close to you, but on the other track.
Good start. Right. I'll continue on.
You continue on towards the other dark bank of the river. In the meantime, Janina, you are at the burned theater where Mara left you. You're looking through the old posters, charred props, some broken, burned furniture. You know that Mara performed here. And you're thinking about her past life when she was an actress and this theater. Some time is passing. What are you doing? What are you thinking
Okay.
about?
Am I still distressed from the priest encounter thing?
are you? How did it affect you? Do you think
don't
you
know.
still would be?
I don't know. How much time had passed?
Um,
A few hours?
well, it wouldn't be an hour yet, but might be getting close to that.
I don't know. Maybe I feel a bit less nervous when I'm alone, and in the safe place. But I feel like maybe I shouldn't wait here, and maybe I should go back to Haven, and maybe find Tamara there to reunite.
We'll never unite again. It's a big...
So I think
Okay.
if I know in which direction to go, I'm gonna go slowly back to the Haven, to the closest route I can find.
So you're starting.
But
to
I'm
head
gonna
out.
leave a note in case Mara would be there.
Okay, so you search for something to leave a note
Yes.
with. Please roll perception and alertness with difficulty 8.
Okay. Uh, 110.
110.
Yes.
So you hear a car stopping outside the theater, and someone shutting the door. And then steps coming
Oh, fuck.
inside.
Inside the theater?
Yeah, or towards you.
Oh, do you think they see me? Or
Well, not
do
yet, definitely.
Yeah,
You
okay,
can't
I'm
see
trying
them
to-
yet either. You are, there is, when you came in, you had to sort of crouch down a bit, squeeze your way through. The theater has,
Okay,
part of it has collapsed, so it's not
So
quite
I
clear
think
corridors.
I'm gonna crouch and try to hide myself before I know who it is.
Okay, so you're trying to hide. Please roll dexterity and stealth.
Okay, stealth.
Make me
Difficulty
proud,
6.
Janina. Make me proud.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So you are hidden. Do you want to have a clear view of what is happening? Or are you just crouched somewhere in a corner?
I want to see who it is. Like if it's like just someone coming here or it's someone sinister. So
Okay.
I'm just like peeking, but try to remain hidden.
Okay, there isn't much light here, but there is some coming through the cracks of collapsed ceiling when the moon comes from behind the clouds. And you see, after hearing, someone walking, crouching down, squeezing through the spaces, you see a figure of a tall, thin man with very thin hair, graying. You see him come up to the space where you were in. Just a moment ago, you see him slide his hand across the stage, look at some props, touch some of the costumes. And as the moon comes out again, you see his coat shimmer in gold.
Oh my god. Okay. I think
in the meantime,
okay. I will hold that thought.
hold the thought, yes. Mara, you saw that Bella was gone. You went to look for her. How are you attempting to find her? Running around the district.
Don't see her anywhere in the neighborhood.
At least not so far. Are you just so that it's clear? Are you hiding at the moment, or are you still looking like Janina and just running like that?
Well, I think I'm hiding,
You're hiding. Okay.
just in case. I around in the neighborhood. If I don't see her anywhere, I'll leave a note and taking the entire tea set and putting it on the note, so she probably noticed the tea set, like the very, very special one. So I'll put the table in front of the door. I let the lights on, and
Okay.
I write, Bea, my dear, look at the letter, and I'll just sign an arrow pointing on the side. I'm waiting for you at my heaven with Janina. We'll probably be back tomorrow night. Stay safe, Mara. And like my signature is as big as the half of the paper, probably.
Good.
And satisfied that she probably, maybe she'll notice. I leave and go back to the theater, hoping to find Janina and not a note.
Okay, so you do all that.
I keep an eye on the street if I see Bea for chance, or if I see dog, priest, creepy people looking like Sabbath, and so on. Because I'm a little paranoid still at this time.
Okay, so after doing few rounds around the neighborhood, not finding Bea, you've left your note in the place that is impossible to miss if someone was to enter your haven. And you start walking towards your theater where you left Janina. You don't seem to notice a dog or anyone particularly suspicious. There is still more militia than you're used to. But mostly it's quite late now. There aren't many people on the streets. Occasionally, you see someone visibly drunk, probably heading home. At the bar, there's still a few people drinking, but much less now. And you're heading towards the theater. Bea, you've crossed the river. You're still on the bridge. But now you can see ground below, some bushes, some trees.
How high up am I? And like, am I? If I could I step onto like an embankment, or is it a sudden drop?
There is a bit of a drop,
Right.
but as you keep walking, you find an emergency exit, and there's a little ladder you can use to climb down.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. I guess I'm trying to make my way home without a map and with hazy recollections of how to get there. There's no way this can go wrong.
Your map could maybe be readable if you found some light and were very careful with it. But at the moment, as you step down, there isn't much there. There's tall grass, you're stepping in the mud. You see some remains of a house a bit in the distance.
Right. So I'm nowhere near sort of streets or people or anything?
You're not immediately close to one that you
Right,
can
okay.
see.
Okay.
Um,
How long have I got until sunrise?
there's still some time.
Okay.
You're not quite sure what time it is now, but you feel like it's not an emergency yet.
Okay. I'm going to start heading towards civilization, I guess. So I want to see if I can find a person that I can ask who can point me in a direction.
So you start walking away from the river, I presume.
Yeah.
And as you do, you pass some remains of burnt wooden houses. Some have more of their shapes, some are just few marks of wood where the walls used to be. But you begin to see some light in the distance. And eventually, you see more railways you have to cross, a few of the tracks, and you see Praga railway station. There are some workshops there. There is a locomotive standing in one. There's a couple of people working on it still. Clearly on a night shift.
Okay. Can I see someone who's maybe alone? Or at least separated from a group?
There is few people just sleeping on the station or nearby.
I'll maybe go for one of the workers then, and walk up to them soaking wet, looking like an absolute mess. But yeah, I'm just going to approach one of them.
Okay, so you're coming up. They notice you as you approach. Like, oh my god, are you all right? Did something happen?
Yes, I'm all right. Someone pushed me in the river. I'm fine. I'm just a little lost. You wouldn't happen to know, could I give them like the name of a street that's nearby to my haven? I don't want to give them the exact.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can give them a name of a street, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So they look at each other. Do you know where that is? Oh yeah, I think it's somewhere in Praga. Are you sure you're okay getting there, miss?
I'll be fine, thank you.
Well, you need to, if you just go a bit further straight, you'll find a road, and then you need to turn right. Just follow that road, and you'll get to your area. And then I'm not sure about the directions for the exact street, but you have to maybe ask someone there. But there'll be more people there.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, great, thank you.
You sure you're okay? Don't you want some? We can give you some coffee, some tea.
I'm fine, thank you. I just need to get home, get out of these clothes. Thank you. And I will try to extricate myself from them.
You take care. They look very confused.
That's fair.
But as you start walking away, they don't attempt to stop you. They just start muttering with each other. And as you follow, you indeed reach a road. And you can see a cemetery on the other side.
Okay. Is it familiar to me, or is that new? I take it it's not new, but...
Well, you have a sense you might have been here. It seems familiar.
Okay.
It makes you think of Janina.
Okay. I'll take a... Can I, like, peek over the fence or anything?
Yes, absolutely. It's not very high. You see a lot of gravestones. couple of candles somewhere, but most put out by the rain. It stopped raining now. You see flowers on some of the graves. Now.
Lost that last sentence.
You see some flowers on graves, soaking wet. Some have been pushed off the gravestones by the wind.
Okay. I try to bring my focus back to what I'm trying to do. And I look at the hand that I've got raised up, reminding me that I need to turn right. And continue.
So you continue along the street, from burnt houses and trees, tall grass on the other. And it takes you a bit of time, but then you start seeing buildings in the distance. Familiar ones. Janina.
Okay.
You're hiding. You
Yes.
see the man in a golden coat.
I think I know who he is because.
You would have heard mention
Yes.
of a person who may very well be this man.
Okay. So I think I'm not gonna. Now I'm very glad that I didn't yet left any notes. I think, is there a way for me to back out of there while he's still there, or I have to wait and hide until he goes away?
You most likely have to wait. You might attempt to find another exit through the ruined part of the theater, but you don't know it, so you're not sure if you'll be able to exit.
Okay.
Uh,
I will try to, from my position, I will try to look and try visually look into the distance if I can see anything that I could use to escape.
like a way to escape, you mean?
Yeah, I want to go away from him because from what she told me, Mara, I really don't want to meet this man.
Okay. Roll wit and let's say alertness.
Okay.
With difficulty 8.
Okay. Oh, wow, nice. I have 4 successes, and from this 4 success, I have 2 10s.
Okay.
And no ones.
Okay, that's good. That's a lot of successes. So
Yes.
you examine the ruins of the theater behind you, and you see that there is a way out. You realize, because you can see your side with a flashlight, just walking past on the street, somewhere behind, but you realize there must be another exit, and you should be able to get there. You will need to sort of work your way through the partially collapsed structure. You think that it should be manageable. You can see the road you should follow.
I'll try to silently, like a mouse, go and go through this road that I found. And
okay. So
I will
just
try to
roll
be
dexterity and health again. Difficulty 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for men involved.
difficulty 6.
6, yeah.
Okay. No. Oh my god. Yeah, I? Where is it? And I can find it. Oh my god, it's... Wait a minute.
Please hold.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, so I got 1 success and one.
1-1. Okay, so successes cancel 1.
Yes. So
1
no
cancel
success.
successes. The other way around, yes.
Oh
So
my
no
god.
successes.
Yeah, no
So
success.
you start backing away.
Just my luck.
And you think you will fit between these 2 elements of floors and ceilings.
Damn, I'm too tall.
But you doesn't quite manage. And you catch a bit of it above with your arm, and the whole structure shifts a bit. With a big clang, some dust falls to you. You hear some steps in your direction.
Okay. Can I pretend that I tried to get in, not the other way around? Like that I just try to go there in the theater and not go away?
I mean, sure you can. Like, it's difficult to tell from, where you sort
Yeah,
of
so
are.
I will try like to seem that I came here and then I realized that there was someone and then I want to go away.
So you hear steps
Okay.
coming closer, and you see the silhouette of a man coming from behind the elements of the structure you were hiding behind just a moment ago, looking at you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mister. I didn't know someone was here. I'm gonna go.
So it's no trouble at all. And
Because
what were we doing?
I was trying to find some shelter, but now I see this is already occupied, so I don't want to cause any trouble.
Oh, don't trouble yourself on my part. I'm just visiting.
Oh. Okay.
Although, from what I know, someone already resides here.
Yes? And who is it?
Ah,
Because I thought this was empty.
someone very dear to my heart.
Hmm.
But I
Oh.
can see she's not here at the moment.
Oh, I see. So maybe we, or at least I, shouldn't be here. If it's someone close to you, I don't want to, like, be a third wheel here. So I'm gonna leave, if you excuse me.
I will not stop you. I was about to leave myself.
Okay. Nice to meet you, mister. And I'm waiting for his name.
You can call me Abelard.
Oh, all right. Nice to meet you, Mr. Abelard. I'm
Nice to
Janina.
meet you, Miss Janina. And be careful with sneaking into places like this. They hide many mysteries.
Okay, so he knows my name, all right.
Don't give the creep your name.
I
All
will let you go now.
All right. I will
It
try
was
to.
a pleasure.
Yes, I will try to bow, but I'm not very graceful.
He gives you a slight bow, and he
So-
starts walking away,
Okay.
leaving you.
So I'm trying to leave too, but I will stay around the theater. I won't go away because now I want to make sure that he leaves, and in case Mara came, so I could protect her.
So you're trying to go for the way you found.
Yes.
Okay. So it makes you a bit more dusty, but you manage to go out. onto the street.
Okay, so I'm gonna look and try to see someone who looks like me. And to wait there, like sit and because now I really don't want to, because before I wanted to get back to the Haven, but now I just think that it will be maybe better if I stay there, guarded the
So you
position.
are at the moment behind the theater from
Yes.
the different direction that you wanted to
Okay,
Mara,
so
and
I'm
you
going.
went there.
Yes, I'm gonna walk through the entrance where I came
Okay.
and wait for my twin.
Okay, Mara.
Okay.
As you're approaching the theater, you see a car parked outside, and you see a silhouette of a man in golden coat getting into the car.
I see him exiting the theater.
Exiting the theater, getting into the car.
I bolt toward the theater.
Are you trying to intercept him, or?
I think I'll enter the theater to see if Janina is alright.
Okay.
First of all.
So he's getting into a car. He starts driving away as you run past. He looks at you and smiles. And then he drives off. You get into the theater. Janina, as you go around the corner, you see a car driving away, and you see, or are you still obfuscated, like completely hidden?
I drop obfuscate.
Yeah, so if you're running, you wouldn't be. So you see someone running into the theater, Janina.
Okay, so I'm gonna go after the person because even if I didn't see it, I have my suspicion that it's Mara. So I'm gonna get back to the entrance and get back to the theater through the main entrance.
So Mara, you hear someone coming after you into the theater.
I abruptly turn over to see
Janina.
Are you alright?
Yes, I'm okay. And you?
Are you safe?
Yes, I'm safe, but there was a man, and I think...
Yes, I saw that. I saw him.
Yeah.
He did something to you.
Yes, he found, but it's okay. Like, nothing happened, but he comes here apparently, like, quite often, and does pretty creepy stuff here with your things, I guess. I guess he's still not over you.
Isn't he done enough to this place? Have we still to be desecrating this place?
Did you ever meet him while you were hiding here? Because no, it's just kind of weird that he comes here, and before where you lived here, he never saw you after the embrace here.
You saw him in the distance, Mara. He would sometimes be around.
Did I ever see him in the theater or around?
You saw him around the theater, not inside though.
Yeah. Is sometimes show his ugly face around here, but he never dared to step inside before. And the next time I saw him, I'll make perfectly clear he should never do this again. But
Maybe you could leave him some nasty surprise here. next time he comes. I don't know, something.
Oh, I think about some surprise, yes. But enough talk about.
Yes, did you find Bear?
No. But the most important thing is that she apparently didn't find her sire's letter as
Is
well.
Felicia all right?
She apparently have some sort of meeting. She should be okay. She will be back tomorrow night, I think. Bea, I don't know. She didn't read the letter because the letter was closed. And
All
she
right.
ran away, I don't know where. So I
So,
leave her another notice. Probably she will read them.
all right. So, do you think we should go back to our home and to wait for Bear?
We have time to go back.
You have time to go back to, yes, it's not quite, that late. You have time to walk back and a bit of time then.
Okay. Yes, let's just
All right.
reunite.
Okay, so before we go, I want to take some of the fancy dresses that I found and give it to Mara so she could take it with her, so she could make us some place at home, just.
She seems you see that she seems reluctant to take them. She seems unusually serious, but after a moment she come back to her usual self and oh, you want me to doll me up with my
Yes,
old dresses?
I think you would look perfectly beautiful with them.
Oh, you're the charmer. Okay. Cannot fight the fans. I live for my fans after all. So choose the one you like.
Yes.
And,
I will choose the ones that I think is the most graceful one, and I will take it with us.
So you pick up some costumes. They will all need some sort of repair, but something can definitely be made of them still. And you both start walking towards your haven. How do you feel, Mara, about the idea of wearing your old costumes? About Janina's idea?
Mara didn't really want to because for her it's like seeing her play without her being part of it. It's like a frozen dream, forever in stasis. She doesn't really never touch or change anything in the theater. So she doesn't really want, but she understands that Janina is probably trying to be nice, so she pretends she's glad of it, but she doesn't really, because she's still struggling to understand how to proceed with her life, because this is over, this is finished without her, but at the same time she really can't let it go yet. So she's kind of an internal struggle between wanting to abandon humanity and quite succeeding in it. So she's
All right. But you agreed to take the costumes. And what are you thinking about, Janina, as you're walking back towards Haven?
Well, I thought that it's it will make her nice. And I want to sew them up and to make them, patch them and make them look beautiful as a gift for her. So I don't know, I just didn't want to leave them there for the creep to touch.
Understandable.
So I nice to take something that made her happy with us and make it like old times again, at least a bit. So I'm doing it for her, but I'm not sure if I would realize that she is quite reluctant, or if she's just shy, or so. I'm just still want to do it because I want to make her happy, or at least I think it will make her happy.
And you are walking back, carrying the dresses. And you reach your haven without any trouble. You see the table right next to the entrance and the note under tea set left there by Mara.
Very clever.
Yes, very subtle. Apparently she's not there yet. Where the hell did she...
What kind of time is it?
It is getting close to sunset. There is still a bit of time.
Okay, I'm getting worried.
But it is getting late.
I'm trying to look in the window.
Beth,
If we have any window.
you have like a little, like sort of very high from the perspective of your room because
so I'm
you
just
are
like
in the
looking
basement.
and
But there are
trying
a
to
few
see her.
windows.
Because
Now,
I'm nervous.
you reach the part that is properly city, and you recognize that you are in Praga. Your memory is hazy. You are wandering around a bit, but you know this is familiar. You know this place is home. You could try to use your map. You can ask someone else where to go. Although there aren't that many people around at the moment.
I'd rather find a person. I don't want to risk damaging the map more, because I still need that if I can dry it out. So if there's, I don't know, any militiamen or...
Yeah, there are a couple militiamen.
Take two, I'm going to go and approach someone.
So you're approaching them. They look at you. Are you all right, miss?
Yes, I'm all right. I'm just trying to find my way home. I'm just going a bit lost. You wouldn't happen to know which...
happened? Did someone attack you?
Someone just pushed me into the river. I don't know who it was. I didn't see them, but it's fine now. I got out.
Sure you don't want to come to the station with us?
No, it's fine. I just want to go home and get out these clothes, if I'm perfectly honest.
They look at each other, and then one of them, younger one, says, "Okay, tell me where you live, miss. I walk you home."
Okay. Can I try to convince him that I just need to get to a familiar street and I'll be all right from there?
Okay. So roll charisma and persuasion. With difficulty, I think 8. You look pretty rough.
That's fair. That's fair. Does friendly face help me?
Yeah. Well, actually, that would make the difficulty 7. Yeah.
Okay.
That would make it easier.
Okay. That's better. Okay. 2 successes.
Successes. Okay, so he agrees. He walks you to the general area, and then, as you say, "Oh, I know where I am now. I'll be safe now." He doesn't insist on coming with you.
Thank you very much.
Be careful, and if you want to come to the station tomorrow, we can try to look for that bastard.
Thank you. I'll think about it. Thank you. And I'll head home.
Safe. And he heads back towards where you left his colleague. And you're heading home. Janina, looking out the window, you see Bear, completely soaked,
Oh my.
walking past your window. And then you hear the door opening.
Yes, I'm going to
Bear
shout to Mara
enters.
that Bear's here, and
I,
I'm
I
rushing
go-
toward the door,
I go to the door.
and I hug her as soon as I see her.
Oh, hello.
Hi,
you'll
were
get wet.
Sick.
What the?
What happened to you?
Hell? Why did you look for your sire in the sea? She's not a siren, you know. She's not a mermaid.
I think someone pushed me into the water. But it's all right. I got out.
Someone pushed you into the water?
How dare he or she?
Yeah. I don't remember it very well. It's all a bit hazy. Oh gosh, I need
Okay.
to my notes,
first
Where
of
my
were
map,
you?
my notes, my map. I need to dry them out. I need them for tomorrow.
Okay, calm down. I'm gonna get her clean and dry clothes.
a moment. I
Okay,
take
so
Janina.
Janina comes bringing you some clothes.
I take Bea's hands. Come with me. I'll show you a magic. I bring her to the table. Ta-da! Your size mystery solved.
Oh goodness. Right.
You
I pick
know,
up.
when you search for someone or something, use the fucking light. Light, Bea, light.
Sorry.
You don't see in the dark. You see in the past, you see in the future. You see in the mystery of the universe. You don't see in the dark.
I panicked.
But please read. There are good news.
I look at the letter.
So you look at the letter explaining that Felicia was visited by Roman, who managed to set up a meeting with another survivor, and they had to leave straight away. They are meeting tomorrow at log 181 at Powązki cemetery. And you read the note, and you still have the sense that she was walking towards danger. It's not quite right.
It's going to go bad. I feel like it's going to go wrong.
What?
The
You mean-
meeting.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. Maybe it was the walk there, or maybe it's the meeting itself. But something is not right.
How
Something
far
is wrong.
away is it? Is it the part where Bea was before?
Powązki cemetery, no, you would know that this is on the other side of the river. It is a bit of a walk.
So we can't make it this night.
This night, no. Have to be the next night. You know this is a cemetery that was known as the one for richer people, as opposed to the one which is nearby, where your mother is buried, which was used by common people of Warsaw predominantly. And it is a bit of a walk. Like normally it would maybe take a bit of over an hour, up to 2, but you're not quite sure now how the city looks like on the other side. But you don't think you would make it tonight.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to calm Bea that we will go there tomorrow if Felicia won't come. So because there is nothing we can do now.
Absolutely. We have no time. But
what-
tomorrow first thing.
How much time is there before sunrise?
There might be around an hour, a bit less.
Okay. It'd probably be too early to contact Olivia, I take it.
Well, you would have to go to a few of the places. You know, he has few of the hideouts, so you'd have to search for him there. He'd probably be
Right.
sitting at one of them.
Yeah.
But you're not sure which one. Like contacting him He often hangs around the area. You know few of his regular places. You know how to leave him a message there.
Okay.
But to find him right now, you could try, but there is no guarantee he will be, and some of the places are a bit of a walk, so it would be a close call.
Okay. I don't think I can do that then.
Is there any way Yuba could maybe try to see more of what is happening to Felicia in your mind?
Yes.
Or how are you feeling? Like, is there anything we can do? Like bring you some food or something?
I look to the tea set in front of me. I could make an attempt with this. I start to make tea.
So you start making tea, pouring hot water over the tea leaves. You're mixing tea. What do you want to know? What do you want to find out?
The nature of the danger.
The nature of the danger. So roll perception and awareness. Difficulty 8.
Two successes.
Successes. So you look at the tea leaves swirling around as you stir tea. And some of them call 1, 2, 3, and then more and more. And you know there's more people coming. And you see these new tea leaves hide previous ones from you, and you know there's more people coming and they're danger.
What is it?
There are many people.
Like an ambush?
Maybe.
But what can we do? It's 1 hour till sunrise. Unless is there like a cab service?
Not quite. There is like horse-drawn, like carriages, but
Oh my God! Imagine us stealing a horse.
you're not sure if you would make it in one. Like you never tried to. You see them going around your area. There's also some trams going around your area, but they don't go to the other side. It's too early for them anyway.
I get the feeling the horse might object to us stealing it anyway, given how well the dog incident went, so...
Yes, so we can't do anything. Just wait till tomorrow night.
You have a sense of time in your premonition. It's something that is happening, will happen.
I don't know.
Is there a way for you to connect with Felicia from, I don't know, is there a way, like a connection from you to her from far away?
I could try.
Maybe try. It's better than nothing.
Oh gosh. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I guess I'll have a go. I want to see if I can...
Do you need blood? We could grab someone from the street.
It's all right. I don't think it...
Okay.
Sacrifice before bedtime.
Not like sacrifice, but
I don't really want to bring anyone in here.
No, it's right.
Would Felicia have mentioned anything about Malkavians being able to connect with one another?
She will say a lot how you two are connected and how you two are going to be together. And definitely have a sense of that. You also know from the note that the meeting she was going to is tomorrow.
I just want to see if I can try and transmit a warning to her, even if it's vague. Okay. I don't know if that's even possible, but Bea's going to try it anyway.
So you're trying this. You're trying to send your thoughts to Felicia. And I'm gonna... What are you trying to communicate?
Danger.
Danger.
Future danger. For her, specifically. Not for me.
Right. Roll perception and awareness with difficulty 9.
Gosh. Do I spend a willpower on this? I'm gonna let the fates decide. 2 successes.
Yes.
Jesus.
You have a sense that maybe she got a sense of danger. You're not quite sure.
No, that's fair.
I think there might have been something there, but you don't know if and how she will understand whatever she felt.
It'll have to do.
Yes, at least you tried.
We'll just have to get up tomorrow and go.
Yes.
Your sire is better than you at this.
Yes, she's gonna be okay.
So she probably be alright. She probably get the message or see something. Should be alright.
Yes, we will see her tomorrow and she will knit us new scarves.
Yes, the scarves. Can't wait for the scarves. Well, girls, maybe let's try to, I don't know, put something on the door, reinforce our defenses. I don't know. I feel a bit...
You are getting sleepy. You know that the sunrise is coming.
I will try to crawl into my room or our room. I am not sure how we decided if me and Mara are together or if we all three. I think
you and Mara share one room. And
maybe I will
Felicia.
tell Bea that tonight we can spend all together the night, so we could felt more comfortable and more safe.
I think I'd like my own bed. Plus, I do tend to get a little restless, so
All right.
I wouldn't want to disturb you.
Okay.
We're basically
I'm
during the day,
yeah.
so you can't disturb us, I think.
But okay.
But okay.
However you
No
feel
problem.
the best. So I will try to go to our room and sit down and wait for the sunrise.
First, Mara will probably, with her very, very feeble arms, will try to push, I don't know, a table, something against the door, just to be safe.
You can put something there to block it a bit.
And sleep midway.
You see that she really struggles to do
I'll
that.
come help. I'll come help with my equally noodly arms.
Together you manage, I mean, it's not super heavy table, so you manage to sort of prop it against the wall, the door. It's, it seems very heavy to you. So
If I'm still up, I'm gonna help it then.
okay, Janina helps you. You block the door. And you are very sleepy now.
Right, let's call this a night and let's think about tomorrow. I go to a room.
So you walk to your room with Janina. Bea, do you go to the room you share with Felicia?
I go to start taking off my makeup. And
Most of your makeup has washed off.
yeah, the mess that remained. And do as Felicia taught me and change into a night dress.
Janina doesn't change. She sleeps in the same clothes she walks in.
Mara too, probably. Mara is like...
So Mara and Janina just lie down on their beds, their eyes changing, washing her face. And you also lie down, cleaned up. What are you thinking about, Bea? Before you fall asleep?
I'm trying to salvage my thoughts, trying to remember what happened, because I can't write them down. I'm trying to remember who pushed me into the river, because I don't remember it at all, but I'm trying to remember what I needed to warn Felicia about. And then eventually accepting that the memories aren't coming back. And I look over to and I will fall asleep staring at it.
And you all fall asleep. Bea, please make your nightmares roll.
Oh, good.
And that's do you know what it is? Do you remember?
It's my remaining willpower? Yep.
Yeah, a difficulty 7 always.
Difficulty 7.
I just looked it up.
A single success.
A single success.
Yeah.
So you will be aware of some disturbing dreams, but it's nothing too bad. You rest. You all rest. I think you can all regain 1 point of willpower.
Yay!
For resting safely. And you can all lose 1 blood point for waking up. Except Janina, who loses 2.
Okay. Poor Janina.
And Janina,
Okay.
you are the first one to wake up, as usually. You know you have a bit of time before Mara wakes up, but not too much. It is quiet. You occasionally hear some voices from the outside. You hear a sound of horse hooves, some steps.
Like outside or
Outside, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Not
Okay.
inside your
Okay.
haven. No, from the
Okay,
street.
so I'm gonna glance at Mara and look at her, like how she sleeps. Yes, I'm okay. Then I'm gonna go to our common room and see if there are any disturbances. If everything is as we left it. And if
Everything is
yes,
exactly as you left.
okay, then I'm gonna pick up the dress we took, and I'm trying to sew the holes and sew everything to try to wait for the girls to wake up.
You start working on the dress. Mara, you wake up. The same, it's quiet. You see Janina. She's not there. She must have gotten up.
I'll rise from my grave. I don't sense anything unusual, just the usual sounds.
Yeah, just the usual ones. You hear someone shouting like, "Hey, where have you been?" on the streets. You hear someone running, but nothing unusual.
So I'll just go to the living room to see what Janina is up to. I think we know who wake up.
Yes, you do. It's you know she wakes up a bit earlier usually.
So I go to the living room. Good evening.
Good evening.
You're up to work, I see.
Yes, I want to make it pretty so you can enjoy it.
Thank you.
I will show it the dress and I will ask her what kind of play this dress was in. Tell me more about.
First of all, is one of mine, because she could have picked
It is one of yours.
I think I would take the one that the creepy man was like stroking.
This is very... Oh my god. So Mara gently touched the dress, the garments, and she put her hand away as if they somehow burned her, and then she go back to touch them. Oh, yes, this one. I remember this one very well.
Do you have fond memories of it?
I have fond every single role I played. I played many of them. I was a cursed princess in this one.
Well, you're still a cursed princess right now.
More cursed and less princess, but I'd like to think of myself as more the one who cast curses now.
Like a witch.
Yes. Like
All right.
a demon.
And I will make a mental note to make the dress a bit more like dark.
Okay. Speaking of performing, Mara, you know you're supposed to be at the radio this evening.
At what time? I have time is...
In an hour?
Sorry.
Another creepy stalker.
Yes.
But this one is fluffy.
Yes, so you still have a bit of time, but in an hour,
Okay.
more or less, you're supposed to be there.
And I'm very worried also because of the Sabbath. Okay. They know about me going to the radio, or is a new thing?
You've been doing it for a while, so unless you kept it a secret,
No.
I guess they would know.
Well, girls, it's time for my radio self to grace the world.
Do we have the radio here so we could listen?
That is a question to Mara. Would you have fixed a radio for your haven?
If they ask me, yes.
No, you do. You have a
Okay,
radio.
so we know that she's gonna be on the radio, so have fun. And when you are gonna get back?
As soon as possible, but I also would like to, make sure that Sabbath priest doesn't decide to make a crazy party in my radio station. So
Yes.
I probably think about some precaution, but I'll be right back.
All right.
Please,
I promise we won't.
If you leave a note detailing where exactly you are going.
No, we will try to remain here and wait for Felicia and you. I will try to hold Bea here.
Okay. And try to get her tell you if she remembers anything about the man who pushes her into...
Yes, I will. We have to avenge this.
We have to, of course.
Nobody will push our Bea or anyone from us.
Absolutely.
To the water.
Absolutely.
Unless it was Felicia, but I doubt she would do that.
No, I can't picture
It was a
her
joke.
doing something like that. Is too unrefined. Yes, but keep your just rage in check because we have to find this asshole, but we have to interrogate him first. Maybe he's just a random creep. Maybe he's the head of the Sabbath or something. So I don't figure our leaders going around pushing ladies in the lake, but I don't know.
Yes, maybe it was just a silly prank.
But maybe not, so we have to
Yes.
find more
We
about
will wait for you, so go have fun with your
Thank
radio
you.
show.
Thank you.
Before you leave,
Yes.
Bea,
Yeah,
you
go.
wake up. You go, okay. Right, Bea, you wake up. You see Felicia isn't there. You hear conversation from outside. You know this is wrong. She's usually there when you wake up.
Mother? Mother? I get up and just go through to the living room looking for her.
You go to the living room. You see, you hear the door just closed. You see Janina sewing.
Did Felicia leave?
No, she didn't come home yet. I'm sorry. Do you remember what happened? She's on a meeting with Roman and Camarilla or other kindred.
Right,
And I will
course.
show her the note.
Do you see the note she's supposed to meet?
Yes, I'm fine. Sorry.
Do you want tea or prepare tea?
I should get dressed. I'll be back in a moment, and I'll head back.
And I'm gonna prepare tea, just to do the things that Felicia usually does around the house, so she felt more calm and not stressed from being in different situations.
So you're preparing tea, Janina. You wear, put on some makeup, get dressed. You come out in a moment.
Good evening. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Are you feeling better now?
Oh, yes, I'm fine.
You look good. Very pretty.
Thank you.
And
As to you.
Thank you. But I don't think Janina looks very pretty because her makeup is not very well done and she does it very rarely, only when it's really, really ugly and like once a week.
Okay.
You always have last night's makeup.
That yet.
So I'm gonna give Bea her tea and then I will go back to sew.
You sit with a cup of tea in your hands, Bella, looking inside. What are you doing with it?
I just dip my finger into the liquid and stir it. And then after a while, once the liquid's starting to sort of burn a little bit, I'll take my finger out and start to pour it away.
So you pour it away. I roll perception and awareness with difficulty 7 this time.
Oh, jinx. So I've rolled 110.
Okay, so that's
and another 2 successes on top of that.
4 successes. Okay. Look at the tea leaves as they form in the sink as you pour the tea away. You see some of the steam rising from still hot liquid. And for a moment, you again see this formation of tea leaves that you're drawn to. You know there's more people coming than should be. to the meeting. You know there is danger walking towards Felicia, and she is walking towards it. And you briefly think that tea leaves, they seem to form in the shape of a cross.
I turn to Janina.
What is it?
Felicia is in danger. People are coming. There's a cross.
Is it the same cross that, the Sabbath cross?
No, it seems more like a regular cross as you'd see at the cemetery. You didn't see the flames.
No flames, just a cross.
How long it will take Mara to get back to us? Do we know it? Like a few hours?
Not a few hours. It won't be super long. You would still have time to go to the cemetery if you wanted to after Mara gets back.
Okay. So let's wait for Mara because I promised her we will wait for her. So we didn't separate it again.
But she's walking into danger.
Do you think you can feel how immediate danger it is? If it's like in an hour or like few hours?
I have no idea. I just know there are people and there's danger and she's going there and I can't leave her.
I know, but I don't want to let you go alone. And I promised Mara. Do I know where the radio station is? Where Mara goes? So
I think you would.
Is it like on the path that we would go if we went to the place that Felicia is?
It depends, because you can take two routes. You know the city. You remember, you can either walk through the railway bridge, which would be faster, but you'd have to cross the railway bridge. Or you could walk past the radio. And then continue in that direction towards Poniatowski Bridge, which has a pedestrian crossing, which has been rebuilt recently after the war. But you know that then on the other side it will be a longer walk.
But if we go now, maybe we could check with Mara and to pick her up and to go fast, maybe jog through the bridge. We are vampires. We can jog.
You can do that, yes, absolutely.
So I'm propose this idea to Bea. So we go to pick up Mara and then we will go to help Felicia. We still should be there on time because we can go fast. We will run. But you won't be the first one because you could go away. You'll be the second one, so you could see us.
I go to pick up my notebook. Is it still wet?
It's dried.
Okay.
Throughout the day. Not everything is perfectly readable. Some of the writing is a bit smudgy. But you can make out some of your notes.
I almost go to ask Janina what happened to it, and then think better of it and don't ask.
Okay, I think
you can see that your map also looks, it's torn in a few places. It looks like it's been wet. Just like your notebook.
Was it raining yesterday?
Yes, it was. And also you fell into somebody pushed you into the water.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember anything?
Not anything like that, no.
Okay.
No.
I won't push her to try to remember. But before we go, I want to pick up something that we can protect ourselves. So some weapon, some knife or something at least.
You have knives.
Okay,
definitely.
So
you have flashlights as well.
Yes, so I'm gonna pick up flashlights and the knife and I put it in my in my clothes because I'm wearing something like a jacket with pockets.
I think I always carry a switchblade with me, so I just take that.
I think Janina doesn't usually carry a weapon like this, but after what happened in the last few days, she's not going to go unprepared.
So with your weapons, you leave to catch up with Mara. Pick her up. Mara, you are walking towards the radio. It's not a long walk.
Yes.
You get there in time without any problems. You enter the building of the Polish radio. You know where to go. How do you look when you come in there?
I probably look like, since my choice of nickname for the radio, I try to look like a very classical protagonist of Victorian horror stories, like curly, black hair, 20-something, green eyes, very innocent looking, obviously because I can't. I put I am a coat that cover the dress, but under the coat I have this ridiculously ostentatious dress, white with flowers on it, and ribbons, and it's ridiculous. People probably stare at. I try to hide with a coat, but I try to hide my imaginary dress with an imaginary coat, but people probably will stare anyway.
Okay, so that's manipulation and performance. Difficulty 7.
Performance and
Manipulation.
Acting.
Acting will count, yeah. The 10s will count as 2 successes.
Difficulty?
7.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So I would say to use to look like this star. Do you want to look pretty?
Yes.
Or more striking, but not necessarily super pretty.
Striking.
Striking. Then I say it will cost you 2 blood points. 2 blood points.
Okay, for striking this and more, it's necessary. Okay.
How much blood do you have at the moment?
4.
You are feeling a bit hungry.
For art, one must suffer. So Mara, she probably looks like this every time she does this. So people are not scared. They used to her. I look for my friend Isa.
Yeah, you know where her office is, and exactly, you've been here before. You look like this. Some people say hello to you. There is a guy who's usually there. Often there is a security guard. Also says good evening.
Good evening.
You know where Isa's office is, so you head upstairs, and you can see her there going between the recording room and her office. She sees you. Ah, Christine, good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
She's wearing a knee-length skirt and blazer and a white blouse. Everything is slightly crumpled. It seems like she maybe has been wearing this clothes for a long time. She looks tired. Her eyes are a bit sunken. But she smiles at you.
She always looks like that, or maybe there's something wrong.
She's often overworked and tired. And she says, "Are you ready to go on? Just a few minutes, just finishing previous audition. How have you been? How are you doing?"
It's been a long week, but finally I'm at home again.
Glad you. Yeah, I feel like this place is home sometimes.
And I know exactly what you mean. But you are all right. You see,
I'm all right. Just a lot of work. I'm actually glad I prefer to put on, things like your performance. It actually brings some joy, maybe rest to some people. You see also a face of her daughter, a 6-year-old girl with a braided hair that she peeks out from the office, looks straight at you, and goes like, and runs off. She always seems rather scared of you.
That's probably very creepy.
Then she peeks out again, but then disappears again somewhere in the office. It's like, don't mind her, I shouldn't probably. She's just bored. I don't blame her really, but I have no one to leave her with.
From what I know where she lives.
Yeah, she lives nearby. She lives in Praga as well.
And it's near the place of the Sabbath attack.
Well, it's further away. The radio is very close, place of the Sabbath attack. She lives not in the direction of your haven, but in the other direction, but maybe similar distance. Might be about 20, 30 minutes walk.
I know if she has a boyfriend, a lover, the husband.
No, you know that her husband died during the war.
So she's alone at home.
And she's alone raising her daughter.
I don't know. I'm quite worried. I heard some very disturbing tales about murders and stuff. I'm a bit worried. Are you safe? I have a very large family. We are a lot of sisters, but I don't know, you live alone. I'm a bit worried, to tell you the truth.
She's like looking towards her office, goes like, shh, and pulls you into the recording room. You can hear that now there is a pre-recorded thing going on. And this is something you've heard before. It's on the radio quite often. It's announcements from people looking for their missing friends and family members, describing them, asking for contact, if anyone has seen them, or if they are somewhere out there. So Isa shows you a seat. She slumps a bit. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I don't want Evelina to overhear.
I'm so sorry, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about murders. I wasn't there, but some people's been reporting on it. Some of my colleagues. It's been quite gruesome from what I heard. Yeah. Of course, I'm worried. I try not to stay out, at night. I walk straight home. After work, sometimes we sleep here, actually. Have good luck, have good neighbors, they're good people, but, well, you never know, I guess.
I don't know, you don't have, I don't know, a brother, a friend that can pick you up after work. I was so worried where I hear the last news. it's pretty close to here. I'm sorry if I came with time to consider you a friend. So sorry if I overstep, but I'm pretty worried about you or your daughter. You are becoming very dear to me, you know.
Oh, I appreciate it, and I hope you're safe too.
Oh, I live with a lot of sisters. They're a bit noisy, but they're.
Well, I'm glad. I wish I had somebody. It's good that you have family. I have Evelina. I really want to. I work more to make ends meet for her. Really, I am not quite. I don't know. Maybe I don't have any family around that I know of. Not anymore. But my neighbors are good people. Some of the guys help me carry my shopping sometimes. I try to stay safe. I really appreciate your concern.
Please.
I think the best I can do is not walk alone at night and
Absolutely.
hope for the best. I mean, survive the worst, the war. So
Yes. Just tell me if there's anything strange. Please tell me. I can ask my sisters if they can help, if they know someone. Please.
thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll keep that in mind. And the same goes if you and your sisters need something. If I can help.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Right, you need to go on in a moment. And you hear like the last announcement. It's someone looking for their parents who went missing during the war, asking to contact the radio if they're out there or if anyone knows what happened with them. And then you go on. This is not a long show. You have some romantic poetry to perform. It's all things about crossing of mundane world with the supernatural, some apparitions, emotions, and tragedy. You know these poems, they're classics of Polish literature. And you perform. How do you feel doing that?
It's like it's a bit painful because at the start, because it's like be reminded of my situation and of what happened to me. But as the poem goes on and she enters this familiar territory, it's like to have to be herself again. It almost to have a purpose. In the stage, she feels she have a purpose. It's out of the state that she doesn't know exactly what she should do. So she lost herself completely. She became the character, and it's like becoming herself again for a little while.
So you lose yourself in bringing this disturbing, fantastical world to your audience, listening to the radio in many homes, cafes, bars. In the meantime, Bea, Janina, you know where to go. Do you want to do anything on the way, or are you heading straight for the radio?
I think I don't need to do anything because I still have enough blood, so I don't need to feed. So I don't know if Bea needs to feed.
I'm fine. I'm keeping an eye out in case I can see Olivia, but I'm not holding my breath, so to speak.
So we're keeping an eye out for Olivier. I'm gonna roll if he's gonna show up.
That's fair.
You see him. As you are walking past a shop that's still open. You see him coming out of a shop, holding a big loaf of bread under his arm, some other stuff in a paper packet. He sees you, tries to wave.
Hello, darling.
Ah, hello. How have you been?
Oh, you know, same as always. I hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm okay. Just doing some shopping for, my sister and my crew.
I was wondering if you could do me a bit of a favor, darling. I'll pay you for your time. I'm just needing a message dropped off with my mother very quickly. If it's not too.
Where is your mother?
She's meant to be meeting a friend. I'll give him the address. She's meant to be meeting a friend here, but I'm a bit worried about what's going on. Is there any way you could?
Cemetery.
Yeah.
That's far. I haven't been in that area for
Okay, right.
ages. I mean, I could, but I need to carry the stuff
Right.
after
Okay.
home first. I could go, but when do you need me to go there?
It would be right now, so don't worry about it. You've got your family to think about. That's more important, darling. But thank you anyway.
I hope she's okay.
It'll be fine. Thank you.
You can count on me, I'm sorry. I would go. It's just
No
that I
worries.
don't really venture to the other side much.
No, that's fine.
It's much worse there.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry about it, darling. I'll see about it. You take care.
You take care.
Thank you.
And if you need help with anything, me and my friends can protect you.
Oh, thank you, darling.
You see him. He's maybe 14 now, wearing patched up clothes, smiling at you, and has a bit dirty hair. It's not really taking care of it much, but you know that he takes care of his sister that is with him and his friends, so his little gang.
Yeah. Yes. And you take care, and you give your sister my regards.
I will. You take care. Say
Thank
hello
you.
to your mother.
I will do.
Hope she'll be okay.
Oh, she'll be
If there
fine.
is trouble, find me and we can show them whoever is troubling her with what.
Certainly. I know who to call.
He tries to wave again, but he's holding lots of stuff, so it comes off a bit awkwardly.
Yeah.
And heads off. He looks back, just gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah.
As he
Yeah.
walks away.
The moment he's out of sight, her face just kind of drops. But she will continue on, looking a bit worried.
So you're walking towards Polish radio building, which is near St. Florence Cathedral, where you were the night before. Your memories of that are hazy. You remember something. You have a feeling that it wasn't good place.
Something about
and
an
that
earring.
you've met someone there.
I've looked back over my notes, and I have a note about Rahela.
Yeah, you would have a note about Rahela and a phone number.
Okay. Right.
And you reached the building of Polish radio. Are you trying to go inside, or you're just waiting outside for Mara?
Do we know when she should be finished with her show?
There's still a little bit waiting.
Okay.
But in maybe 20 minutes or so. You don't exactly know.
If we can go inside, we will. If
you can go
they
inside, you can easily go into the building on the ground floor.
Okay, so then we will probably wait, because here we can't miss her when she's gonna go away. So we will sit and I will pretend to read magazine if there is
There's an older man friend eating a sandwich. He says good evening.
Good
But
evening.
when he sees sees you just like sit somewhere on the ground floor, not attempting to head anywhere further. He doesn't trouble you.
Okay,
doesn't-
can we hear her show in the here? Like,
Oh, no, you can't.
okay, so then we will just wait and look at the time and wish. At least Janina will. And she will glance at Bea to see how much nervous she is.
I'm looking through my notebook and reading back over the last couple of nights, trying to make out any of the smudges and fix anything that's fixable.
So you're fixing it. You can make out most of it. You can get a general sense. Some of the details might be not recoverable, but you get like your visions that you had in the cathedral, priest, meeting with Rahela, phone number for Camarilla. You know you don't have a phone at your haven. There's few places where you could find a phone if you wanted to call. And you wait. Mara, you finish your travel. It is over.
A bit sadly.
Isa changes some switches, puts on the news that comes off from a different studio. She looks at you. You are marvelous as always.
Thank you for letting me do this. Well, I fear I have to go immediately because family business. But
of course, my shift isn't over yet, but I'll be careful.
I'll stop by in the next few days to just see how things are. So
Sure.
Take care.
And we'll arrange another performance, right?
Absolutely.
That's great. Trying to get a cultural schedule going. And if she leaves you out, you see her daughter Evelina stepping out. She looks at you.
Okay, I'm not very good with children.
She looks unconvinced. She looks kind of a bit scared, a bit confused. She's studying you very closely. Instead just say, okay, right, I need to sort out some things, make some calls. But thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
I'll stop by. Keep taking care.
She waves at you and then goes to her daughter. It's like, no, it's not polite to stare like that. But she looks very weird. You hear as you go downstairs.
You see
Bea and Janina sitting on the ground floor near the entrance.
Oh,
hello.
You have an escort today.
Oh, nice to you to come to pick me up.
Yes, we didn't want to waste time, so we thought we could pick you up.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
I waved to the man, to the staff.
How did your performance go?
I take both of their arms and we leave
the man at the door smiles at you and says, "Good night. Hope to see you again soon."
Good night. I'll stop by soon. Good work as always.
And you leave.
All right, so we will have to hurry.
Trouble. Okay. How much trouble?
We don't know yet. But
Several people.
Okay. Don't know is bad. Let's go. But
better be safe than sorry. So I think we will try to maybe run for a bit if we can.
okay, I'll be. You will not be able to see me, but I'll be with you.
Yes.
And
I'm gonna be first because
Okay.
I don't want to leave Bea the first one. So she has someone to follow. So
at the first secluded spot, I'll just become invisible and I follow them. I try to keep an eye for everything that can be chasing us, or I don't know.
Okay. Nobody seems to be chasing you as you run towards recently rebuilt Poniatowski Bridge. And we will take a break here.
yes, because I really want to go to
Sorry,
the
I was. Yeah.
my bladder's gonna explode.
Okay,
And
so-
I'm like starving, so
We will be back in a minute. Thank you very much for watching.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
And see you after the break.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hi.
Sorry for a little delay, but we're here now and ready to jump back in as the coterie is running towards the bridge. So you are running. You know the way to the bridge. You're running across the streets of Praga. Then at a certain point on your left, you have a park. On your right, the buildings that are in most of the district. There's a pier. You see some wooden houses. You, Mara, and you, Janina, would know that they've been there before, survived the war. They're still there on the bank of a river. And you are running towards the bridge. You go past some of the wooden houses. You see some people sitting outside. You see light in some of the windows.
See.
Not electrical, there's no electricity here, but from some oil lamps people have there. And you find a staircase that leads up to the bridge. You climb up and you're crossing the river. You see some lights on the other side. Not many. Some behind you in Praga. You see a crescent shape of a moon reflected in the water below you. You're running. And you see some people going the opposite direction. Hardly anyone is going the direction you are going. Some of them shout to you, hey, like, hey, where are you hurrying to?
I can keep an eye on Bear and be sure she does.
Right, sorry, my internet crashed for a bit.
I was saying that I stay last, so I keep an eye on Bea that doesn't run off for some unconceivable reason and stay inside.
Okay, so you are running behind Bea. Janina is running first. You're running across the bridge. And then you leave the river behind you, and now the bridge leads over another district. You and Nina would remember that district. It had some industries there. There was a hospital there you worked in for some time. Now it's dark. You see some shapes of bombed out, destroyed buildings in the moonlight. And as you keep running, please all of you, roll me stamina with athletics with difficulty 7.
Oh. I have 3 successes.
2 ones.
Oh no.
Okay, so Mara, as you are running over the district, getting towards where the bridge ends, becoming one of the streets rebuilt now in the city, you're really tired. You can't go on. You basically collapse onto the ground at some point.
And I'm invisible, so no one sees this. For good or for worse.
Oh.
I think as you collapse, that might break your obfuscate if you just trip over and fall.
I try to crawl back on my feet. And
If I notice.
Janina, are you looking behind as you're running?
I would definitely.
Then you would notice at some point Mara trying to come up to her feet.
Okay, I would definitely try and pick up Mara and help her go.
Thank you, but I'm very visible if I run with you like this.
You can't run. You're way too tired. You don't feel able.
Can I hold her in my arms? Or on my back?
You can try.
Okay, let's try. Let's have fun.
Roll. Do you want to run with her?
I will see if I can run. I will run. If I not, I will slow.
Wait,
I will
you're
fast.
Strength 3, aren't you? Or
I'm
strength
2.
4?
I'm strength 2, but I have potence 2.
Okay, right, but you have potence too. Okay, you can pick her up. That's not an issue.
Okay.
But after a while, you're going to have to make another roll.
I will hold her and for some time, and when I start to feel that it's draining my strength too, I will ask her if she can try and run again.
Okay.
And if she can, I will let her down.
Okay, this is going to be very stealthy.
And I'm still keeping eye on Bea, so she's not away from us.
We let Bear run off again.
I'm assuming Belle, you stopped, or did you not?
I'm looking back very tensely, or kind of running on the spot, looking like I really want to keep going. I don't want us to stop, but I will wait. But very anxiously.
Mara up. I'm assuming this is Mara in how she looked at the radio.
Yes. We are going to be very stealthy.
Yeah. So Janina puts her on her back, and starts running, and you keep running.
This is kind of cool and kind of awkward, and I try
running.
I keep an eye if I see a dog or
I will probably tell Mara when she's on me that she should keep an eye on Bear. Because
Okay.
I will be trying not to fall with us.
I keep an eye out for everything.
Okay, so you keep an eye out. You see some people like looking curiously towards you. Some more comments are made, but because you're running past, nobody's like attempting to run after you. Nobody cares enough. You think you see a couple of dogs. But they don't appear to follow you. One starts running along you for a bit, then loses interest, walks towards someone who is carrying a grocery bag, starts sniffing at the grocery bag. The person sort of tries to lift it up and shoo the dog away. And you are running. And now you pass the building of the Polish National Museum that you can see is partially damaged. And as you see less and less buildings that are in any usable shape, like in the district of Praga where you live. The vast majority is bombed out, destroyed, the walls are charred. You can notice briefly marks left by gunfire. It's more of a skeletons of buildings than buildings. Some facades are still standing, some walls are still standing, but they are visibly marked by fire. And there is rubble everywhere. Between the walls. There is a street that you can go along. Occasionally there's few cars going on it. But there's a pedestrian pavement that you can run on. You have to maneuver between people a bit. But you see this landscape. You know you are around the city center. And the further you get into the city center, the worse it gets. And Janina, you know where you have to go. You know, you're familiar.
How far away is it from where we are now? Like in time? If we're gonna run or walk
You're
fast?
running, so it is taking you less time. You think maybe you can make it in like 40 minutes if you don't get lost.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you run through the city center. You have to be careful. Sometimes you almost trip over the rubble. And as you run, please, Bea, roll stamina and athletics with difficulty 7. And Janina with difficulty 8 because you're carrying Mara.
Okay, so stamina and...
Athletics.
Okay.
1 success.
I have also 1 success and 1, so no success.
No successes. You can't carry Mara
Okay, so
anymore.
I'm gonna tell her that she will have to go.
No problem.
You're welcome.
You are also tired. Your body, you feel like you can't keep going with her at this speed. You are okay to keep going, but you feel that you are getting more and more tired. Amara, you had to once, didn't you, for your stamina check?
Yeah. Yes.
You can walk at the faster pace now, but your body is just rebelling if you try to run. You feel like everything in you just doesn't want to. You can spend a point of willpower to do it if you want. Let's do it like that.
Okay. I'll spend a point of willpower and I'll run. Let's go. We have no time to waste.
So you keep running across this landscape of charred, damaged buildings. You see some people going with shovels away from the rubble, or in the opposite direction, most likely. You see some people sitting on a rubble, drinking, eating some sandwiches. But you just run past all of this. And then, after a while, the buildings become fewer. And in front of you, you see a vast area of a city, completely leveled to the ground. There's just rubble. There are no streets. There are no buildings. It's just utter desolation in front of you. In a distance, you see a spire of a church tower standing among desolation. One surviving building in a sea of rubble. You can't run over it. You can walk over it, but it is going to be a more difficult trek over the rubble. And you're going to have to be mindful of directions because you're not sure where the streets were.
Okay,
What
which
do
one?
you think of when you get there? What impression does all this distraction make on you? Janina.
I'm not sure if Janina would be here after the war. If she's
No, you haven't been here since.
so
after the
I
war. You
guess
haven't-
she is kind of heartbroken from seeing such desolation, and because she remembers this being a bit prettier, and it makes her feel like loss. She
It
maybe
was a
thinks,
lively area.
yes,
before.
she feels sad because, especially now, she only can see it in the dark. So it makes it seem even more like desolate and lonely. And she has to stop these thoughts and try to think about Felicia and where they have to go. That she doesn't want to dwell on these feelings because they have something to do. She put it somewhere on her mind, and she will get back to it when she has time.
So you focus and you start climbing on the rubble and carefully walking on it. How about you, Mara? How are you feeling?
Mara has lived through the war, so probably she remembers what was, especially what was during. So it's painful, but also she see a bit of herself in the landscape.
Yeah, it's like a reflection of
Yes.
what happened to you.
It's like what was made to the land is similar to what was made to her in a way. So she belongs in a strange way in a landscape like this. But she used to hide this sort of thoughts, so she just wear another persona and keep.
So we also just focus, try to keep going. How about you, Ba? You didn't expect any of this. You don't quite remember. You just see a sea of rubble. You know you can't run over. It will slow you down.
I'm frustrated. I don't care about what was here before, but I care that it's stopping me from achieving what I need to do. Just angry that it's keeping me from Felicia. But I'm also used to keeping a mask up, so I keep it to myself.
So with frustration, you start going, and you are walking much slower now. It is difficult. Rubble shifts under your feet. There's some metal bars sticking out. You have to be careful not to trip over all of that. You slide a bit, but you are making progress. But it is a bit unclear. You have a map that's been partly damaged. But I will need someone to roll for, I think, wits and survival to navigate the direction you're headed.
I can do it. I have quite high wits and survival, so I have 7 dice, so
All
I will
right.
do it.
Difficulty will also be 7. You have a map.
Okay.
Not that difficult.
Okay, so 4 successes, but 1 1, so 3 successes.
3 successes. Yes, you look at the map. You can recognize the church. You can place the church that you're seeing in the distance as St. Augustine's Church, that you also see marked on a map. You remember more or less the layout of the city. And you know which is the quickest way to go to get to Powązki Cemetery. And you are walking through the rubble. It's taking much longer than you hoped. It's a difficult trek. You are all tired. It is going slowly. But eventually, after a much longer time than you hoped for, you make it through. You see broken gates and walls of cemetery. You see a ruins of a church at one of the walls.
Can we see someone or like some?
Not here. There is nobody here. It's pretty dark here as well.
Okay, so
There are no lights.
I'm gonna look at Bea and Tamara and look at them if we are going to proceed, or if Bea wants to maybe try some premonition, or if we are going to straight inside.
I start walking towards the church.
Okay, I will follow her because now I want to let her lead.
You walk towards the church. It's mostly ruined. You see that the ceiling has fallen in. You can't really walk inside. It's just part of the structure. There's an archway that would be the entrance still there, and then the rubble inside. And there are multiple places where you can enter the cemetery. There is the main gate. It's open. There are cracks in the walls as well.
I guess we go in.
Okay.
Should we try to be quiet?
Maybe Mara could obfuscate if she can.
You want to let me do a little scout before we all go in?
I think that's a great idea. If you can.
I'll be quick.
Okay.
Stay here. I search for the usual dark spot because I can do this in front of
there's plenty of dark spots. It's all dark. And there is a little bit of moonlight, but not too much. And to see properly, you will be able to sort of see without flashlight. That would obviously break your obfuscate if you were holding it. But no one will see you. You just need to step, a bit away and disappear easily.
Okay,
It's very dark.
I disappear and just go on a quick patrol of the surrounding to see if I guess it's a big place.
It is a pretty big cemetery.
For now, I try to scout the vicinity to see if there are someone.
So you go into the cemetery.
Yes.
Okay, you go in. You start looking around. You hear the sound of some crows in the distance. You see that a lot of gravestones and tombs. You might have been here and liked this place. It has a lot of very nicely decorated tombs for richer families, very nice sculptures. Now a lot of it is broken, destroyed. Roll perception and alertness with difficulty 8.
One success.
One success. So as you are walking, you're walking a bit further away. You see a body lying near one of the gravestones.
I get near.
Get near. It's a man's body. He might have been maybe in his 50s. Grey hair, very pale face. And you see 2 marks left by vampire fangs on his neck.
I look if he's looks like he's being killed recently. Just happened.
Roll intelligence and medicine.
No.
It's difficulty 8. Do you have any medicine?
2 10.
2 10s. Okay. You think it's been fairly recent? He doesn't seem like the body is cold, but it doesn't seem rotten in any way. The wound looks kind of fresh, so from what you can tell, it's fairly recent. You can't pinpoint exactly. Might have been this night, might have been late last night.
And there are no living or unliving presence
You see,
that I can see.
as you are walking, you see few people like sitting inside the broken tombs, maybe sleeping in few places. I'm assuming you're just scouting an area,
Yes.
not looking for a specific place for now.
And I'm looking if I find people just, I don't know, like very suspiciously cult-like speaking.
You don't see anything like this. The people you see there sleeping, you think are homeless, sheltering in the tomb, open because they have nowhere else.
Okay, I'll go back to Janina and Bea.
So Mara comes back after. What are you doing in the time she's gone?
I'm looking around, but mainly I'm waiting for her and checking up on Bea if she's doing okay.
I'm looking to the crows that are nearby.
Looking towards the crows. Roll perception and awareness.
And sorry, what was the difficulty again?
Difficulty would be 7.
Okay, 4 successes.
4 successes. So you look towards the crows, how they circle each other. One and the other circle each other around. Then one more joins in, and they circle and fly around each other, but don't come close. And you know there is someone else at the cemetery. You know you're not alone there. But you know that someone is keeping their distance. Is circling around, as Mara is circling around.
We're not the only predators here.
Do you mean, do you sense danger?
Not yet. We'll see.
All right, so I'm impatiently waiting for Mara.
Similarly, I'm trying to not pace because that would probably make a lot of noise.
And after a while, Mara comes back.
Hello. Sorry for having the ladies wait, but maybe it was worth. I didn't find any of us. I found a couple of homeless sleeping in the graves, but I found a corpse, and he was killed by one of us.
All right.
That was clear. He was bitten. I don't know.
Take us to him. Take us to him. Maybe Bea, because Bea says we are not alone here. Maybe she could touch him, and maybe she will find out something else that will help us navigate and find Felicia.
Okay. Follow me.
All right, we are following her.
So you're following her into the cemetery, and you lead them towards the place where the body is. You see this man curled up there, bite marks on his neck.
I kneel down and brush some of the hair off of his face and then touch his forehead. Figure out what happened to him.
Okay. So roll perception and empathy with difficulty 7.
Ooh. I've rolled a 10 and a 9. So 3 successes.
That's 3 successes. So you look at this man and he comes alive in front of your eyes. And you see him sheltering here in Powązki cemetery with a few others hiding from the rain in the tombs that came open, lighting a bonfire sometimes, sharing some food, sharing a drink very often. You see him crying sometimes and shivering in the cold. And then finally you see him walking around this place. And you see a beautiful woman come up to him. She's very elegantly dressed in a long red skirt and very nicely tailored black jacket. She has blonde, almost golden hair and is floating in the wind. She's smiling gestures him to come forward. He looks perplexed, but then he calms down. And then you see her, after a while, sinking her fangs into his throat, drinking, until his body goes limp, and there's not a drop of blood left. And she just pulls out her fangs, takes out a handkerchief, and wipes her lips very carefully. The lips that still remain a beautiful shade of red. You're back there over the body.
A woman. A beautiful woman. She was out of place here. He knew it at first. But then I think she changed his mind. She drained him. It's a pity. He was generous even though he had nothing. Look out for a blonde woman. Red skirt, black jacket. Well tailored.
Well, we should do something about the marks.
I pull out my switchblade. Is there a way I could mutilate it?
You can easily mutilate the body enough for it to not be recognizable as a bite mark.
I'll do that casually.
So you start stabbing and scraping a bit there, cutting. And after a while it looks like someone hurt this man very badly. But there is no sign of the bite marks.
Well, it's a way to do that, yes. Let's, a problem at a time. First, we have to find
Yes.
Mama. And,
Do you sense her anywhere near?
I don't think I can quite do that, but I'll... In fact, does either Felicia or Roman have a particular smell?
Felicia uses perfume. Roman usually smells there is a bit of like mechanical workshop, sometimes crawls through some like canals. It varies.
That's familiar.
Yeah.
I'll use heightened senses and see if I can find Felicia's perfume anywhere.
Okay. Roll perception and alertness. That is the only way you can do it is heightened senses.
Yep, no, that's
but
fair.
it's still going to be difficult. So I think it's difficulty 9.
Okay. I think I will spend that willpower.
Fingers crossed.
So I have one success guaranteed.
Okay.
And I've rolled a 10, so that's 2 successes.
Yes.
Okay. So you try to smell, focus your senses on the various smells here. You smell the ground. You smell some food and alcohol kept here by people who sheltered here. You smell something being burned. And from similar direction, you catch a very faint smell of Felicia's perfume.
This way. And I start moving.
Cautiously.
I will try to reach for my knife and hold it, casually, but so I would be ready if anything.
I follow them invisible, so we can have the element of surprise, maybe.
I still have my switchblade out from earlier.
So like that you are walking through the cemetery. It is dark here. in many places. The pavement has been destroyed. You have to be very careful where you step. It is muddy. Your shoes slide. As you walk, you see more of destroyed graves and tombs. And finally, among them, you see a jacket that you know Felicia is wearing. It's not the whole of it. It's like about the half that's been torn off.
I grab it and hold it up.
Found something.
Here.
I look around, I see someone, something else.
You don't see anyone. But you do see a bit of blood on the ground. And you see a couple of boots partially burned by one of the graves.
I go immediately to dig and see what I find.
You don't have to dig, they are standing there on the ground.
Okay.
And as you come closer, you see that this grave has been big marble plate that's broken in half. But on it, you see some blood and you see ash. And you see the shoes partially burned just by it, lying there.
Are these shoes Felicia's?
No,
No.
they look
Okay.
like much more sturdy shoes. Felicia is still wearing kind of delicate,
Okay.
very feminine, elegant shoes. These are more of like sturdy boots.
Okay.
Did they look like Romans?
Exactly.
It's definitely similar kind. You're not sure if these are his boots or not. There's some blood on the ground. There is ash on the gravestone and blood there as well. You also notice that there is a sign saying that this is lot 181.
I put my hand into the ash and I open my senses to it.
Roll perception and empathy. Difficulty 6 for this.
2 successes.
You have 2 successes. So you see the ash form itself into a woman. She has short, dark hair, looks to be maybe in her 30s. She's wearing very practical clothing, a shirt jacket, a bit wider trousers, the sturdy boots. You see her stepping back as she's holding her hand to her chest, around where her heart is, and blood is gushing out. And she's trying to stop it instinctively, but she looks ahead, focused, fully focused, despite her wound. And as you follow her line of sight, you see a hand, a beautifully shaped hand that looks like an artwork carved out of ivory. The fingers are pointed, very sharp at the ends, and the whole hand is dripping blood. It's stretched towards this woman. Behind it you see a bit of gold hair floating in the air, and a smile of perfectly shaped red lips. The woman falls. She's backing away, and as she does, she starts moving her fingers, and her lips start moving. And you don't understand what she's saying, but it sends a shiver down your spine, and you want to instinctively retract from it as her fingers move, and she speaks, and she's backing away, and she must not notice the grave she comes to, as she just trips and falls onto the broken marble plate. And as she does, her whole body erupts in flames and starts burning, and she screams. You come to with a little bit of fear from seeing the flames all around you, and from unease from her words that you haven't really heard.
Right.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. She is less so, funnily enough.
So it's not Roman.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Short, dark hair, very practical-looking person. Our blonde friend took her out. Although she spoke a strange language, I didn't recognize it, but it was disconcerting. And she tripped and fell onto there. And then caught fire.
So you think that blonde woman killed her?
Her hand was covered in blood, and the dark-haired woman was bleeding from the heart. So I can make some assumptions. I don't know. Did it look like any sort of witchcraft or anything, or was it that the dark-haired woman was using?
Roll intelligence and occult.
Okay.
You have some occult, actually.
I do have some occult, actually.
With difficulty 7.
57. One success.
One success. It did look like she was. Like, it did look like a spell.
Okay.
What she was doing.
Okay.
Okay.
She might have been a witch.
Oh,
Like a
don't know.
vampire witch or like
I
a
presume.
witch?
I presume so.
Okay.
I don't know of any other sort of witches.
You know, you never know.
I don't know.
any sign of your sire?
Not from what I saw. I can't see her.
She can hide as good as me, so she could be hiding somewhere.
Can you find something from her jacket? Like scents?
What do you do? Bea. Roll perception and awareness with difficulty 7.
Okay. I have 2 7s and a 10, so 4 successes.
For a moment, you get an impression that you see someone walking past, very near you, like 2 gravestones away from you, observing you, but then it's gone. And you can't see this person.
Someone was here.
Right now, you mean?
Yes. Where
Okay.
did they go?
Okay.
I continue searching, like looking around, seeing if I can spot anything.
I take the Felicia jacket and I see if there's something inside, like I don't know, a note, a clue of any kind in the pocket.
Roll perception and investigation.
Insightful can help.
I don't think that's quite insightful.
Okay.
Well, roll. See if you get any. Oh, actually, it might. It might. If you
What,
get any 10s, then yeah.
What difficulty?
Difficulty, I think 8 for this. Or actually, maybe 7.
And no successes.
No successes. Okay, you don't know. It's torn bit of jacket. You see it's torn.
Okay. Okay. So, someone is there, you think?
Where did you see them?
I'll indicate where I saw them.
Okay,
Once to the place,
I'm
further
going.
into the
I'm
cemetery.
gonna go there, and trying to, like, touch the space. You
You
never
are
know.
there, trying to touch the space. You don't. There doesn't seem to be anything in there. Bea, if you can roll the same roll for me again, please. With difficulty 7 as well.
Oh, that's better.
Okay.
Oh boy, that's better. Okay, I've rolled.
Worst here. So,
I've rolled 2 10s and 3 other successes.
Yes.
Go.
4, 5, 6,
Go,
Okay.
go.
7
as you are,
successes.
as you are, watching Janina go there, try to, wave her hands in the air, you notice a figure of a woman somewhere to your side now. Like she circled a bit.
Okay.
You see her. She doesn't look like the one from your vision.
Okay.
She's wearing some short jacket. She's kind of hunched. You can't really see their face. You see she has a long braid against her side. She looks rather thin and tall. Not tall, like short. The opposite. She looks fairly short, thin. She's sneaking past, circling you.
I want to lock eyes with her. Hello, darling.
She straightens.
Sorry?
She straightens, looks at you, smiles. Well, hello.
And who might you be?
She just gives you this contemptuous smile. You see now that she's standing straight, that there is a big knife hanging at her belt. On her jacket there is a bit of embroidery, the shapes of flowers. She's wearing very practical heavy boots, loose black trousers.
I'm not here to start a fight, are you?
As delicious as that could be, I think not this time.
Well.
And she turns. And starts moving away, circling a bigger circle around you.
I try to get. I don't know. She's going away in the opposite direction from the direction we have just arrived.
She was kind of to the side, like if you arrived from one direction, she was to the left of where you were.
So we can already see her, all of us.
Yes, you
Okay.
can see her now.
Okay.
Not to interrupt your walk into the night, but have you maybe seen other visitors tonight?
She looks at you. Still has this contemptuous smile on her face. I may have done. What do you know of them?
Well, we were supposed to meet some friends here. But, well, I can't really imagine someone not wanting to meet me, so either something happened or...
It might be the first for you. But luckily for you, I have no interest. I think I've heard what I needed. And she turns and starts just going off.
I look at the others. I just gestures like, should I follow?
Are there any signs I can see nearby that would give me a hint as to her motivations?
You look around. Roll perception and awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And then roll a perception. I want to get a sense of her if she's how dangerous I think she is, and if she's just leaving, she's...
Okay, you
something.
roll perception and empathy with difficulty 6, and I will roll for her an opposed roll in a moment. And Bea, difficulty 8.
Okay. So I've rolled another 2 10s and an 8.
Ooh.
Apparently, I'm making up for earlier.
10 and an 8. You're rolling like crazy.
I know. Making up for earlier.
Yes. Okay. Right.
Insightful applies.
Yeah, sure.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. So you, Mara, see that she's completely confident. She's not concerned about you at all. She thinks she's amused by the fact you noticed her. She doesn't see you as a threat. And she only talks to you, you think, just for a hell of it, just for a laugh. You, Bea, see a few crowds circling over where she's headed. And you hear their voices through the night air, almost angry, almost like as if they were shouting at each other under the moonlight. As wind, sudden gusts, it was a pretty calm night, moves the trees growing in the cemetery, and it fills you with dread, and you know she's dangerous.
Does it feel like an immediate danger? Or...
You don't think she's. You don't think there is a danger from her now, but you know she is danger.
Okay, so I don't want to start a fight with her right this minute. Right, okay. I sort of put my hand up in a sort of stop motion to Mara.
I got closer to them and I really don't like her, but I think she means business, so if you want to pick up a fight with her, careful.
We don't want to fight her.
Okay.
Not right now.
She doesn't have anything to do with this mess, in your opinion, from your insights.
All I know is we do not want to fight her. I'm speaking very quietly and with the intention that she can't hear.
That is.
She's walking away, disappearing in the darkness.
We are no
And you can't
closer
see her anymore
to finding
after
anything.
a while.
I turn my eyes back to Felicia's jacket. I'll see if I can get anything out of that, but otherwise I don't know. Did we leave a note before we left?
I don't think you have.
I don't think. Well, I certainly didn't.
Yeah, I think we didn't.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Okie dokie. Yes, I'll have a look at the jacket.
You have a look at the jacket. Well, perception and empathy. I think because you are using your senses a lot, I might give you higher difficulty.
That's fair.
But it's still fairly recent, so I think.
Okay. Would you believe I've rolled another 10, 2 7s, and a 9?
Okay. So you see, Felicia walking with Roman. You see them crossing a river on a boat. You see them walking through the area of a city that looks more similar to where you are. It doesn't look that ruined. Then you see them walk through the cemetery. And in the place you now recognize as the one you're standing in, you see her with Roman waiting. And then you see short-haired woman in practical clothes coming. Roman nods to her. They're shaking hands. Felicia smiles at her. Woman looks completely unmoved. No emotion on her face. They are talking for a bit. And Felicia is obviously nervous. She's looking around. She's listening. And you see her walk away a bit, telling the others, making a gesture, telling them to wait. And as she walks, you see someone jump her, push her to the ground, cutting at her with a knife. You recognize briefly the woman you just saw, with a long, dark braid. Felicia is struggling with her. At this point, Roman comes out from somewhere, jumps the woman. Felicia tries to scrape herself back to her feet. She's losing part of her jacket, just falls off as it gets caught on something. She keeps running. And the jacket stays there on the ground.
So, and it was.
Bea's fangs are out and she's got her mouth twisted into a snarl.
What's wrong?
What happened?
Do you think you should roll self-control now?
I think I should.
Then roll self-control. I think because she's around difficulty 8.
Do I spend that willpower?
You can spend willpower if you
No,
want.
it's funnier this way. Let's see what. Oh, I've lost it. I'm going to re-roll that. 1 success.
So you see, Bea's fangs are out. She's clutching her fists. She's just staring in the direction when the woman disappears.
What did you see?
But you can control yourself, Bea.
What do you see?
What have you seen? I'm gonna hold her shoulders to like kind of hold her in place in case
Her eyes
she's
are still
frenzied.
fixed. Yeah, her eyes are still fixed on the woman, or where the woman was.
She did something.
What
She
happened?
She jumped my mother.
This bitch.
Oh, no one touch Mama. Let's have another friendly talk, I say.
Maybe we should follow that she's very dangerous. Maybe we should follow her, and maybe she could lead us to Felicia.
Quick or we'll lose her. Let's
Mara.
try to have
Mara,
another.
if you follow her, I can probably follow you, but we'll try and do it from a distance.
You can't see her at the moment. She's gone.
Shit.
I look for her.
It is really dark. So, she walked away, disappeared between
Well,
graves.
I'll
So-
try to look around hidden. So maybe she can see me and I can see her. I don't know. I can try.
And
So
I will
you're
try
doing
to.
that, Mara.
Hmm?
You are going after her in the direction she went.
Yes, the idea is I obfuscate and I go in the general direction she went.
You go in the general direction, you wander around the gravestones, but you can't see her.
Okay. I want to try and look for if Bea told us what she had seen, and maybe we could try to find some clues where Felicia went after she lost the jacket, like some footsteps or I don't know,
Okay.
something.
Roll perception and investigation.
Okay.
But it is
Like it.
dark.
Okay, what
So
should I
think
roll?
it's perception and investigation.
Okay.
But because it is dark, unless you put out your flashlight,
I will put out my flashlight if I have
then
it
it's
because.
difficulty 8.
Okay, so 1 success.
1 success.
Yeah.
You can see the marks of her shoes with a little heel in the mud, leading in a similar direction after a while where the woman you were following went right now.
Alright.
Heading towards the wall of a cemetery.
Wall, like away from the cemetery.
Yeah, towards the wall that goes around the whole cemetery. So Felicia was heading there, but in a different direction than the one you came from and where you entered.
Okay. So, do we know what's on the other side of the cemetery? Like, what part of the city there is?
Yeah, I mean, it's been inside the city, so there's been residential areas all around.
So what
this area would have more of more modernist blocks of flats put up in the interwar period, where she appears to be headed, but you don't know. That's just the direction she went, for now.
So I turn to my girls and I will ask.
What are you doing in this time, Belle? When Mara went?
I'm keeping an eye on Mara. Trying to keep her in my sights.
So are you are you going with Mara? Are you also looking?
I'm staying well back, but I'm keeping an eye on her from a distance.
Okay.
If she gets out of my line of sight, I will move slightly, but that's about. I'm keeping an eye from a distance.
I'll try if I see some I don't know, clues or some trails to follow, and if I don't find anything and she just vanished,
It's like she just vanished.
I go back to the rest of the group. I go back to the girls.
Yeah, roll me perception and awareness once again, but with difficulty 8. How many successes do you have?
I have a 1 that takes away one of those. So 4 successes.
You can't see her
Hmm?
anywhere. You can't see her anywhere.
Okay. Bea, did you see what happened to Roman?
He pulled. I think he pulled the woman off of her. He was not. I didn't see him get hit. Yeah.
So it just vanished. Okay. So we don't know where Mommy is gone. The beach knife is gone as well. We are just waiting for something happening to us, remaining here in the open. So I say we try to go back to heaven and see if she's returned home after the attack. I don't see where else she could have gone. Standing here isn't helpful.
Yes, it's not. I don't have any idea what else we could do
But
because
she,
Ron's gone.
I put my hands on Bea's shoulders and I look in her eyes as I see she got away. She's good at hiding. She do the same things I do. So she's probably safe. She's probably going home. Don't worry. Let's stay focused and don't. Let's try not to get ourselves killed while we look for her. So for now, just head back where she's hiding. If you have any other clue, I will gladly follow them. But if we have no clue, let's get the fuck out of here.
I look to the moon, and I want to see whether my mother is safe right now.
You look to the moon. Full perception and awareness. With difficulty 8.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, 1 takes away a success. Okay. Oh god. I've rolled 2 10s and 2 8s.
Okay, that's 6 successes. 1, so that's 5. You look at the moon. And maybe it's the tears in your eyes. Maybe it's the worry, maybe it's tiredness. But its shape becomes distorted as you look. You're aware just of the howling of the wind in your ears. There's few clouds that now appear in the sky. And you know she's hiding. But there doesn't seem to be anything threatening her at the moment.
We leave. We will
Okay.
leave now. And as she says that, the fangs retract.
Let's go back home.
Yes, let's go. We will walk our way back, not running.
Yeah.
Do you want to take the same way?
I think we don't have to rush, so we can go the same way. At least we know where to go. So
Followed.
Yes. I'll probably follow Obfuscate so I can surprise an attacker in case things go wrong. So
Right. So, Mara, roll perception and alertness with difficulty 8, and Bea, roll perception and awareness with the same difficulty. Seems to be all you're rolling, but
Yeah.
that's how things are.
Nope. No, one success.
Success.
2 successes.
2 successes. You don't see anything.
Before we leave, the homeless we found earlier.
I knew it.
Yes.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
They're like secluded spaces. They're all together very.
You can find a secluded homeless person. You have the one
Yeah.
success that's enough to see a homeless person sleeping.
Hey, girls, just a moment. I need a little
It's okay.
snack before we go.
Be careful.
I always. I go to the secluded homeless person, and I'm hungry and I'm worried, so I don't play with the victim as always, and I just go.
Sleeping. It's a woman wrapped in her coat with a blanket. You sing your fangs in, but you are hungry, aren't you?
Yes.
So please, just roll me self-control. You're on 4 blood points.
Yes.
Difficulty 7. Do you want to spend willpower to make sure you don't kill this person?
No, just. I'll be fine. I roll. One success.
One success. So you can control your hunger. Blood tastes wonderfully as always. How much do you take? You know, do you drink what is safe, or do you take a bit more?
No, till it's safe.
Then you can take 2 blood points.
Back to 6.
And your fangs retract. You
I
leave the wound closed. You know the routine. I assume you lick the wounds closed in general.
Yes.
I assume you know how to function as vampires by now. And you go back, feeling better, less hungry.
Well, let's go back. I'll be right behind you.
Right.
Your guardian angel. And I vanish unseen because I can do that if you look at me.
So you're taking the same way through the rubble left of some districts of the city, climbing over it, careful, not to fall, not to get your legs trapped in it. It's a long walk. You know it will be close to sunrise when you get back. Not dangerously close, but there might not be that much time left. You're walking through the ruins of the city center, passing the skeletons of buildings. It's all quiet now, it's empty, it's dark. You get to the bridge. What are you all thinking about on your walk back? Bea, what's going through your head?
Anger. Boiling anger. The beast is trying to rear its head. There was a moment earlier when she was aware she was going to lose control, and she very nearly allowed herself to. But Mother taught me better than that. And she is safe for now. So that's all that matters.
So you're walking back, angry, but conscious that Felicia is safe. And you, Mara, what are you thinking of?
That threats are just piling up one after the other, and don't have any idea how to keep the girl safe and how to keep some semblance of control of the city. And I don't know, she's starting to realize that there are probably a lot of monsters more powerful than her in the city, and she has no idea what to do about that. And so she's really not panicked, but just oh fuck, we have to do something. And she's trying to think about plans or something to do.
So you're trying to plan. And you, Janina?
I think Janina thinks about all the ruins and things and places, and that Felicia and Roman could be hiding in anywhere, because there are a lot of places, but also our enemies, other monsters, can be hiding there, and that it's kind of hard to tell who will they find first. With our luck, probably the enemies. So that's what she thinks. But she's glad that Felicia is probably safe, and she worries mainly about Bea right now, because she doesn't want her to lose control, especially like in the middle of when they get closer to Praga district.
Yes, and with those thoughts and emotions, you cross the bridge. You walk past the wooden houses, past the park, and then you are in Praga. And you reach your haven.
Is everything the same as we left it? No
The
sign?
door is locked as you left it. When you come in, it doesn't seem that anything was moved.
I stop the girls and I unlock the door, but I obfuscate and I go inside to check.
You go inside, you check. You don't see anyone inside. That nothing seems to be moved. It's empty. Just like you left it.
Fuck. I become invisible and I go back to Mara self, and I go to them. Good news, it's empty. Bad news, it's empty.
Okay.
Time to plan. How far is down to now? We are close to...
You're close to the sunrise. You might have about an hour or so. Walking through the rubble took much longer than you expected.
Okay. So probably she's hiding somewhere. Maybe she wouldn't make it in time. Well,
There are other hiding holes around the city.
yes.
And if she's
there's-
got Roman with her, then he'll know them really well.
Yeah, you know Roman has spent more than one night on the other side of the river before.
We have to think positively. They are definitely okay.
Yes.
She's a strong woman.
She survived long in the city and during the war. So she's a tough, kind, motherly lady.
Yes.
She'll be fine. She'll probably have already adopted some other stray daughters.
Yeah, maybe we will have not so nice surprise when she gets back.
Yes, I bet she was preparing tea with one hand and fighting Sabat with the other.
She's gonna be okay.
She's fine.
We will all be fine.
Yes.
Yes, don't worry. Tomorrow we'll wait to see a while to see if she comes back, and then we'll go back to search for her.
Yes.
We will
I think
find her.
that's a good plan.
We will find her, Belle. Don't worry. Or she will find us.
Yes. I think the latter is more probable because
Yes.
she's very skilled and I'm sure she has you on her mind, so as soon as she can, she will be back. She wouldn't leave you alone for long.
No. No, she wouldn't.
But we should think what to do about many things as soon as she's here. I want to know who the cemetery bitch is.
Yes, we have to get rid of her. I don't think we can do it alone, so. But when we have Felicia back and Roman, maybe we can figure something out. And do you think, Bea, she was with Sabat, or do you think she was just another bitch who's just trying to get rid of others?
It's possible it was her territory.
Possible.
Or it's also possible that she's Sabat.
Okay.
I don't trust her either way.
No, I get this feeling she was spying on. She knew of this meeting and she was spying, maybe for someone.
Do you think she was related to the burnt woman? Because similar clothes or
The
like
burned
shoes?
woman. The burned woman was the one meeting with Mother and Roman.
Oh, okay.
They spoke with them for some length before the graveyard woman attacked. But it wasn't the graveyard woman who killed their contact. That was the blonde.
Yes, the blonde bitch. Okay. Too many bitches running around Warsaw.
I was thinking exactly the same. This is our home, girls. We have to protect our home. I don't know if she is Sabat or she is with this prince. I never saw, but we can
The prince. I completely forgot about the little girl and the prince.
We cannot let us step on us.
Yes, we have to contact them after we will deal with Felicia when she gets back.
Yes, we have a phone number.
Then we have to find a phone.
You know, Mara, that there would be a phone and the radio.
Yes.
You, Janina, no, like Witold would have, if not phone at his place, then access to one. Certainly, he works at various clinics on this side of the river, trying to set up a hospital here as well, a new one. He would definitely have access to the phone. There might be one at the post office nearby, the militia station.
So we have a lot of options.
Before we contact them, I would like to speak with Mother because I want to know more about what happened tonight.
Of course, I would also wait for for Felicia before we proceed?
Because it could have been Sabat or it could have been Rap.
Yes, that's what I think. It's better to. Maybe Felicia knows these people.
We need more information. Anyway, we need more. We need to know more. We don't know. We don't.
Right now, we can't do anything. Just wait for Felicia.
Bear, you're right.
Yes,
Do you
darling,
want
I'll be
to-
fine.
Do you want to take a shower or something to feel better? Or make a tea or something?
Yes, I think I'll go have a bath.
Okay.
Have a good.
Good
Bye.
evening.
I stop her. I can I roll a perception and insightful to see if what I think of her of how she feels, how she looks like.
Of course, roll perception and empathy. And Bea, please roll manipulation and subterfuge. If you want to hide what you're feeling.
No, don't worry, I don't do nothing.
Difficulty is 6 on an opposed roll.
Everything's fine. I have a 1, so everything's
She
fine.
seems to be fine.
Absolutely.
So, Bea, you change, you wash yourself, you change before going to bed. Mara and Janina, you stay a bit longer in your living room. But soon there is time to go to bed as well. And you all lie down and fall asleep. And this is where we will end tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who's been watching us. I hope you enjoyed it. It's great to have you here. So we are playing every 2 weeks. So next episode will be on the 17th of November, the same time. We will be posting about it on social media, as always. And for now, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so
And
much.
see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.